Hello, welcome back dear subscribers and all of you that don't subscribe to our channel. I don't mind as long as you come back to watch our videos. Those who watch our videos probably already know what this is. But if you don't, I'm gonna make a short introduction because today I will show you two more things that I printed that didn't work out pretty well. So if you want to print a foldable chair or a stool and you don't want to waste a lot of time and filament, please invest your few minutes of time into this video. And today's hero of the episode is the filament, because all of those chairs or stools were printed with the filament series. The yellow one is a PETG and it has this nice wooden texture. I was really impressed by the 3D model when I found it on MakerWorld, and I was hoping for the best to print it and having a blast with it. But the problem is that, you know, the PETG printing with supports out of PETG, it's gonna make a disaster, you know, because the material is just welding together very good, even if you're gonna have enough space between the supports, interface layers and the model itself. The idea behind this one is that you can print it in place and it has a few movable parts and hinges, and it took about, I think it was the whole kilogram of filament, maybe more. Don't remember exactly, but it took a bit of time to print it. And when we finished printing, I'm gonna put this one on the side. When we finished printing, we're supposed to open it, cut the interface layers between, because it was printed in this orientation, right? And then we have, of course, no supports. We're supposed to open it on one side, like this, and open it on the other side, like this. So we have a one leg and second leg, and then we can cross it like this, and then we can put it like that. But we need the third leg, right, which is on the other side, and this is what happened basically. So the interface layer was like so close to the actual walls that it was impossible to open that part, and I just broke it. And it wasn't only me, many people have the same issue, and they all broke this one leg, especially in this place, because, you know, the leverage, the infill, the walls, even if you're gonna print it in a stronger version, it's still not gonna work as it's supposed to. The original idea, I mean the original author of this 3D model didn't have this problem. Maybe he had a better printer, because this one was printed on the Creality K2 Plus. So the distance between, you know, interface layer, support and the wall itself, 3D model itself, was very small. The gap was very small. So those things just welded together and it was a problem. Overall, the 3D model looks pretty amazing, and it was printed in place. So I'm really like happy with the thing, if it's gonna work, of course. And maybe if we use the PLA for the interface layer for the supports, it will be super easy to remove it, super easy to open it, and it will work. Besides that, it's quite low, I mean it's quite small, but you need to admit that it was super easy to open it and close it, because it's just two hinges like that, and that's pretty much it. So I think I'm gonna give it one go more on this one with different settings, and I hopefully with different materials to avoid this problem with the breaking, you know. And this wooden texture, it's just amazing, and maybe we can also make something similar with the special program from CNC Kitchen to make a texture everywhere. If you have a problem with the PETG or, you know, distances between, avoid this model, or if you know what are you doing, maybe this will be very cool. We will compare the height of it in a second, because the second chair that I found was this small case, and this was almost printed in place. I mean, it wasn't printed in place, it was 4 more parts. We are opening, and then we have 4 small legs that we can put inside, like this one. And the funny thing about this chair is, or stool, it's that it has this funny hinge in the middle. And it was printed like this, just, you know, one build plate. it took a bit of filament. And this is our gray from the filament PLA Light, because Light stands for more affordable version with cheaper packaging, but it's still very good filament. Going back to the 3D model, the hinge is created this way, so it's gonna stop in this position and it's supposed to hold our weight. The problem I had here is that the threads are not designed for the Creality K2. The Creality needs to have adjusted X-Y axis expansion when we're printing very precise elements like those threads. So I didn't even test this 3D model. Fortunately, I use only not the whole kilogram of filament here, and it's also pretty low. And I'm not trusting these hinges. I think it's a chair for kids or something like that. Just let's try to compare the height of these two stools. Yeah, it's almost the same height, just 5 millimeters different, maybe 10 millimeters difference. So pretty close, pretty close. I'm gonna put it on the side here. Now we're gonna see this one. I was talking about this before because I took it to the expo here and there. Basically, I'm taking this chair everywhere I go, because many times there's missing chair. And then I just have this one. Looking at this, it was pretty easy to print because it was printed vertically in few pieces. And the legs are inside, similar to this one. But we have the latch that we can open. Then we have a handle. It's a PLA light black, actually. And probably you're thinking, yeah, PLA is not that strong, it's not gonna hold you. Yeah, it did. It's holding my weight. It's 72 kilograms and it's not even bulging. We have extra 2 mounting points for straps. And you're gonna see probably here in the B-roll how it was printed. It was pretty cool to see, to watch. It took a fair amount of time to print it. And then we're gonna open it. And then we have a black legs. I thought maybe this gray with the black will have a nice combination. It's not standing open, so I need to hold it. We have 4 small pieces with small latches, and they are made in an angle, so it's gonna fit the stool itself and the rest of the legs. And then we have the longer parts, and they are fitting inside very well. So I really need to give some credit to the author, because he did a great job. I mean, he won the first prize on the MakerWorld in portable stools, camping stools, so yes. Then we're gonna close it. Without the legs, we have a nice box that we can put something inside, our phone with the battery bank, whatever. And then we have these notches around, and we have the special sign that how to put it, and we're gonna put it like this, and it's fitting perfectly. Very nice, very nice. And this was printed on Prusa Core 1, so the accuracy of this printer is much better than the Creality, for example, and the legs came out a bit loose. I mean, it's not, maybe this one is falling off if we're gonna put it like this. No. Yeah, just one. You need to think about it when you're gonna print it. So it's gonna be a bit more for adjusting. And then we're gonna put the small legs here, and maybe you already see in the camera that the small parts are a bit more shiny and the big ones are a bit more matte, because the speed was different and temperature was the same. So the small ones were printing slower and the big ones were printing faster. So this is why it's so much difference. And yeah, so it took about 1.5 spool of filament, so it took a bit more, but you can take a look how it looks. You can take a look how it looks. So it's much more taller, so it's very easy for me to sit on it. It's not that small, like I'm squatting, or you know. So it is a big difference, and it's, believe me, it's very sturdy. It's gonna hold your weight. You can see the links on our YouTube video to these 3D models, and you can compare how much filament it's gonna go. And on this side of this model on the MakerWorld, the author also showed how much weight it can withstand so it's pretty cool from his side. But I can really enjoy using this one, and I can truly recommend this one to print because it was easy to print, it was easy to assemble, and I had no issues, problems whatsoever. And it's very portable, even if you're gonna use the belt around, just great. So you probably saw the short about this tool, but I didn't tell you about those two that failed after printing, you know. For us at Spectrum Filaments, it's easy to test those things because we produce filaments, so it's not that expensive to make fails. But for any customer that buy filaments for himself and finding the file that it's not that great, you know, or settings are not adjusted, it could be expensive mistake. So that's why I like to test 3D models, test all the winners of the contests and see how they perform. So by watching our videos, you can save your filament, electricity and time. Let me know if you like content like this, testing different 3D models, and if you have any request to print something bigger or something that takes more time, just leave a comment with the link or just the name or code for the MakerWorld or printables, etc. I will try to make it happen, believe me. Unfortunately, that's all for today, so thank you for staying with me and seeing all the things that I printed and compared. Remember to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any next upcoming episode. Leave a like if this video deserves it, and of course check our filaments at shop.spectrumfilaments.com and you can buy it 10% off using our code SPECTRUMYT10. Thank you for watching.